Hey guys, oh, can you guys see my video?
Not video.
Guys, am I still there? Okay, sorry. I just something just happened and my picture just came up. Sorry guys. Um, so hey everybody, how you doing? This is Tam here from Team Take Massive Action, and welcome to another powerful Hangouts. On this Hangout, we're going to be talking about the power of events. We have a special guest here with us. His name is Andrew Shin, all the way from LA. And he's going to be he's the master of live events. He's been to many events. He has connected with many different leaders, and he's going to share with you later on how you can effectively connect with leaders when you go to events. And I also have here on the panel my partners and teammates. From my right, we have Nat Green. He was on Hangout with us earlier, teaching about um, oh, what was it that we spoke about, Nat?
The
Video.
power of video.
Yeah.
The power of videos. We just had that the other day. I don't forget
Come
that.
on, man.
The power of videos. Nat, the master of videos, he's back to give his 2 cents on the event. And next to Nat, we have JJ from Austin. She's another wonderful marketer. She has been to all of the events, taking massive action, and she's going to give her 2 cents also. And on the far right, we have Andrew. We have
Hey.
Alan Luck from Toronto, Canada, all the way from over there. It's good to have you with us, Alan. So first of all, guys, thank you for tuning in. Right, I love events. I love talking about events. I love going to events. Right. So for those of you who don't know me, a little bit about myself. Right. When I was 20 years old, that was when I first sort of stepped into this world of business entrepreneur. I picked up my first book, and it was Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I'm sure a lot of people know that book and have actually read it, right? So from then on, I started to read a lot of books, right? And I can tell you that when you read books, right, it's one thing. You get one type of transformation, right, from reading books, and then from books, I went on to listening to audio from like Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, all sorts of different leaders that I can get my hands on, right? And when you listen to audios, they take you to another level as well. You also transform, right? Another layer of yourself will be taken off, right? Especially when you're like doing daily things, right? And then your mind just wanders. Listening to audios really sort of direct you to a certain topic like success, um, money or business or whatever it is that you're talking about. So it keeps you focused, right? But beyond that, beyond reading books, beyond listening to audios, going to the events is going to take you to another level. Going to the events is where all the transformation will happens from inside out, right? Personally, I've been to quite a few events as well. One of which is recently T. Harv Ekker's Quantum Leap program. I actually went to all of his events within. I think it was like eight, seven, five to 8 events within a period of a year. So like every couple of months we would go to an event, come back home. Every couple of months go to another event, come back home, and then did that for the whole year. And what happened when I found going to these events was that it was different. You're there, you're experiencing the whole thing, right? You're transforming, and you're like, there were a lot of tears there. You get to talk to a lot of people, learn about people, learn different perspective, and yeah, I just got to tell you that I had lots of transformation at the T. Harv Ekker's events, and that's part of the reason that helped me to sort of step outside of um, my comfort zone, and to be able to be here on this video and to share with people, and even to get on Facebook and share like quotes, and just positive stuff. Because now I've made friends with so many like-minded friends that when I post something, they actually support me, and that gives me the strength to sort of move forward. So if you're sitting by your computer and you just want to sort of post quotes, or if you're an internet marketer and you're sitting by your computer and you don't know whether you should post stuff to your Facebook page, and you've got no friends that have actually met you in person because you haven't been to an event, like when you post something, you're not going to get a lot of likes, and not a lot of comments, and and when that happens, what happens is you feel like, not embarrassed, but you just put you off from just posting more stuff, right? So by going to these events, and recently by going to Austin, Orlando, and Chicago, I've met a lot of internet marketing friends. I've never been able to post any marketing stuff on my wall, but now, thanks to them, thanks to their support, I'm able to do that. And that's just one way the power of events have helped me in my business, and I'm sure my friends and panel here are gonna share different ways that the events have affected their life. So what I'm going to do now is pass the mic. I'm going to go from right to left. I'm going to start off with Nat. Just Nat, if you could just give us your 2 cents about the events and what events has done for you and your business.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Tam. And always a pleasure to be here among like-minded, success-oriented people like everybody on the panel. So thanks a lot for having me. Yeah, definitely, just being at live events, it really is transformational, and kind of, carrying on where you left off, it's really, surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And I mean, I've been to 3 of the 4 Empower Network events, and another system event, so that was probably like 3 years ago, where I actually got to meet Lawrence Tam before he was the Lawrence Tam, and David Wood, before. Well, actually, David was already somebody, but I mean, it's really cool because, I mean, let's face it, a lot of the times when we're, working from home, for ourselves, we feel alone a lot of the times because we're, it's just us and our computer screen, and that's it, right? And, our friends that we have in real life, that, a lot of times they're just on a different mentality or different wavelength. And, we love them because they are who they are, but a lot of times they just don't understand the quest for freedom that we're trying to accomplish with working from home and stuff. And so when you get yourself around a few thousand people who are all running on the same wavelength as you, it really is incredible. And I mean, I've met in this amazing people, of course, like yourself, Tam, from Australia, and friends from France and the UK, and I mean all over the world. People are coming. And just being able to make those solid relationships that, I mean, I know I'm going to have those for the rest of my life, really, and it's because you share so much in common with those people, and sure, a few of them are going to come and go or whatever, but there's going to be relationships that are really going to last you, until the end of time. And I mean, you can't put a price on that, right? And this definitely isn't a new concept. Probably everybody here has heard it before. But as far as, you are a product of the 5 or 6 people that you hang around with the most, right? I mean, when you're hanging out having beers with your buddies on a Friday night or whatever, and they're talking about how hard their week was at, their 9 to 5 or whatever, and, it's just hard to relate to them and stuff, right? Where, if you're hanging out with people who are making 10, 20, 30, as much as, $100,000+ per month, like some people are in Empower, that can't help but force you to elevate your own game, right? And so just being in that kind of environment and feeding off the energy, it's so incredible. And then, of course, when you combine that with the power of belief, because for me, when I went to my first event in San Diego, like I said, because I'd met Lawrence and I met David Wood before, I mean, I knew that, this whole thing was for real and that type of thing. But being able to, meet so many regular people, and I touched on this on the call we did last Sunday, but, meeting, truck drivers who made $1,625 their first blog post, or, meeting people like Neve Arthur, who were super skeptical but just decided to give it a shot. And, obviously now she's having a lot of success and stuff. And so just really being able to step up your level of belief. And even for those of you that say, I believe that it's possible, I believe that, I can do it, I mean, that's all part of it. But I mean, your belief level can be stepped up, a couple other notches for sure. And when you have that belief behind you, you're going to be unstoppable. So, I mean, I could go on and on about the power of events, but I mean, those are just some of the things right there. And I mean, I've had just such a great time at each of the 3 events for Empower, and I mean, I'm already looking forward to the next one coming up in Denver. But I mean, I have committed to being at every single event from now until the end of time. And a lot of times people think, well, I already know what's going on, and I know enough. I believe enough. I don't need to be at the events. Well, I'm going to challenge and say, yes, you absolutely do, because until you've experienced it for yourself, you don't know. And what you don't know is probably what's holding you back. So if you just commit to getting there and doing it whatever it takes, because I mean, I've met people that drove across the country, that slept in their car, that showered at the YMCA or whatever. If you just do whatever it takes to get there and experience all the different things that you're going to experience, I mean, I guarantee you that you will have massive breakthroughs. And I mean, I won't go into all the details because I shared it on Sunday, but I mean, I had such huge breakthroughs. The first 2 times I didn't think it was possible I would have a third, and the third one was bigger and badder than the first 2 combined. So you owe it to yourself to get to the events and do it at any cost. So with that, I'll share some, or I'll leave it to the other guests and give it back to you, Ted.
Absolutely, that's awesome. Absolutely, the belief level that you need to be able to succeed in this business is very important. And personally, for me, I started internet marketing since '09, and I never went to any events because I thought, hey, it's too far away. All the events are in America. I didn't go, right? And so guess what happened? Nothing happened. I didn't make any money, right? And when I joined Empower, and then when the events came around, it was Austin, right? A week before Austin, I realized that Austin was actually on. And I thought, hey, I'm just going to go there and let's see what the event's going to do for me, right? I mean, try something different. So I just took the leap of faith and I went, right? And look where I am now. I made, this many friends, and my belief level that I can succeed in this business sort of went right up. So that's definitely correct. Next, I'm going to have JJ on. JJ, what do you have to say about events?
Well, it's absolutely a must. My name is Joanne, JJ Lee, by the way. I go by JJ Lee Empowered on Facebook. I have a corporate America background as well as real estate. And during my corporate America years, I went to different educational workshops, events, corporate meetings. So I know how important these live events are. This is where you get to meet, shake hands, mastermind, be seen and be heard by the upper corporate executives. While the online business is really no different, guys. In fact, it is even more impactful because being behind the computer doesn't really show who you are. Like when you go to the event and meet, not just the leaders, but your teammates, your partner, your online teammates, partners, and everybody, that you have met online in person. My first event with Empower was actually in Austin in January, and it just blew my mind. It raised my belief level to new height, tenfold, if not more. Even though it was only a few months after my father's death, but people could tell how much more excited I was about this business. Then my next event was in Chicago just last month. This one just literally lit a fire underneath me, a huge fire. Got me running, sprinting. And not only that, though, but it was a transformational event, experience in a deep emotional and mental way. I experienced breakthroughs after breakthroughs. my belief level increased 100 times. In fact, as soon as Dave would announce the ticket for Denver event, within the first 2 hours, I got my ticket. So on my way to Denver, can't wait. My motto is to Denver and beyond from this point on. So, so that's if you haven't been to an event with Empower, you've got to be there. It's a must. One word I said, a must, or 2 words, I guess. That's 2 words. But that's all I have to say. Back to Tam, our wonderful host.
I'm going to definitely see you in Denver, and I'm sure all of our panelists are going to be in Denver because we're all committed. We're all in, right? Any of you guys watching this right now, and not only on this hangout, but you've heard about Empower Network and you've heard about the events going on, because every 3 months we have an event, right? And every 3 months we just go out there and we start marketing the events like crazy. The competition board just lit up on fire. There's people sort of jumping from the bottom up, and it's changing all the time. All this excitement that if you want to be a part of, you definitely want to hit the register button below. And just for $25, just be a part of the Empower Network, be a part of this team, and and then you'll be able to come to one of our events. If any of you are interested, then definitely hit the button below, and I hope to see you in Denver. Now, next I'm going to pass the mic on to...
I'm sorry, Tam. I don't mean to interrupt. I forgot to mention that I'm actually going to another event in June with Black and Tam. As a matter of fact, I will have to jump off the hangout, and I don't want to interrupt anybody. While around 9 o'clock, so I could hop on the webinar with that event. So just want to forgot to share that. Sorry.
Right. Thank you for the heads up, and just jump off whenever you have to, JJ. And but while you're here, if you have any other, jump on. Alan, I'm going to pass the mic to you and just share with us your experience with the events.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Tam, and the rest of the panel here. My name is Alan Liu from Toronto. Like Tam, I got started in this whole event, going to live event, back with the T. Harv Eker with the Millionaire Mind weekend. That was an amazing weekend, by the way. And then I went on to Tony Robbins' event, Unleash Your Power Within, which I did a firewalk. That was another amazing experience, and also got many breakthroughs. And since then, I love going to events. I've been to 2 of the Empowered Network event back in Austin. That's when I was still pretty fresh with Empower. So I went there, and then I really got a chance to meet with a lot of the top leaders, just regular people who are making money. And it's just amazing connecting with everybody. And I met, basically all of you guys through, live events, right? And then we have kind of, built on that relationship. And now we're talking on Facebook. Now we're doing Google Hangout together. So it's just how amazing live event can really start bonding, and fostering that relationship, right? And since Austin, I came back from the event, I was like super pumped. I start taking massive action. I start implementing, right? As they say, it is in your speed of implementation that that's how you take from being no experience to start to get experience. You really start putting the momentum going and start taking the massive action, start getting results. So I went back home. I start taking massive action. And from Austin to Chicago, I hit top 200, and then it was just through a massive focus and dedication to my business. And I'm from Chicago to Denver, I expect to hit another milestone in my business, all through going to live events, seeing real people making getting results. And back in Chicago, I know when I heard a 12-year-old kid making $3,000 per month for the last 4 months, of $12,000 together. I mean, that kind of gave me a mind shift, right? And like people like Christina Munoz, who's in Australia with chronic back pain, she's making money, and like Nat said, where he ran into a truck driver, put a blog post and he made money. So I mean, it's just kind of meeting real people, getting result. That's when you start getting that mind shift, right? If you're just working at home, doing your own thing, not going to anywhere, just stuck in your room, you won't experience that kind of life-changing experience, right? And when David Wood, did that transformation, exercise with us, in Austin and Chicago, I mean, both experience, I actually got breakthroughs. Obviously not as a deep breakthrough like Nat, which he shared on Sunday. It was absolutely amazing, right? But again, like live events, not only that, but live events, at the bar, that's where the magic happens. That's where people start sharing those secrets. If you guys want those secrets, then pretty much hang out at the bars after those events. That's where those real strategies come out. Okay, so I definitely look forward to meeting all of you guys in Denver and beyond. So Tam, back to you.
Awesome. Yeah, one of my highlights at the events has been just hanging at the bar, having a beer, sort of listening in to what the leaders are talking about, and they share like amazing stuff, and you're just hanging out, and it's really cool. With that being said, we're going to go straight to Andrew, unless anyone else on the panel have something to say before we get to Andrew. But what I'm going to do, because Andrew is a friend and a guest of Alan here, Alan knows him more than he knows himself, so I think it's best Alan take the mic and maybe introduce Andrew.
Well, definitely. Well, Andrew, he goes to pretty much a lot of the events in the industry, so he's definitely a person that knows the value of events, right? And he knows how to connect with leaders and position himself, to brand himself and leverage the leaders' expertise to kind of put him in that same level. I actually got a chance to really learn more about Andrew in the Chicago event, and he been kind of sharing with me different strategies, on how to maximize live events. And I think he actually had a product dedicated to how to maximize live events. So without further ado, if any of you guys want to learn how to take live events to your to your advantage, Andrew is definitely the person to share advice and wisdom in this topic. So Andrew, without further ado, let's hear your secret.
Hey, thank you for a great introduction, Alan. So my name is Andrew Shin from Los Angeles, California. Like even for like over a year ago, like when I first attended the live event, I was like a really shy guy. I didn't talk to any leaders. I was just a spectator just at the live event. But by attending to live events, I had my major breakthroughs, and I was able to connect with all people on the panel. And then because of live events, like you get to meet them, like us, like intermarketers, like we always see each other on Google Hangout or Facebook or online, but live events we get to meet in person, mastermind with each other, and share golden nuggets with each other. So my first live event in the industry was my first network marketing company back in 2011 in December. It was in San Diego, so I just joined the company like 2 weeks before the event started. And my sponsor was telling me you have to attend the events, and I had no idea like what's the live events about. Like, why do I have to attend? Like, I don't want to spend my weekend to be away for like 3 days. But my sponsor said, don't make any excuses. Just drive down 2 hours from LA and attend to live events. So that was my first live event. I was wearing like suit and tie, and then saw like 25,000 people at the convention center, and then saw so many people, like leaders on the stage. And then I thought like these top incomers and leaders were like superheroes or fictionist characters, but they're real people when I actually met. But I didn't get to really mastermind with the leaders. I was like too shy, and I wasn't really taking it seriously like back then. And then my first live event as an intermarketer was back in September of 2012. So I attended the first Empower Network event, the Fight the Forces of Evil. So I just joined the company and I just started intermarketing with Empower Network like 1 week before the San Diego event. It's really coincidence because my first live event as a network marketer was in San Diego, and then first live event as an intermarketer was in San Diego too. So that's why San Diego is a very special place for me to really take off in the industry. So I got to meet like David Wood, David Sharp, Lawrence Tam, Tony Rush, and many other leaders at Empower Network. And back then, it was only like 2,500 people, but like Austin, it became like 4,000. And then in Chicago, which was like a few weeks ago, it became like over 5,000 people attended to the event. So it's keep on growing. So I want to go through the slides that I prepared for you guys to really talk about the importance of live event and how to network and build relationship with the top leaders to able to build your business. Do you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk about like how to network and build relationship with leaders at the live events to build your business. And then, yeah, I created the product called Live Event Mastery, but I was going to show you like a quick like overview and share some value to how to really take off at the live event. So this is the first picture that you see is like the first live event that I attended, like when I joined the network marketing company back in December 2011. So as you see, I'm wearing like suit and tie. That's how most network marketing.
Actually, Andrew, we actually don't see your screen. We're still the first slide. We don't see your seconds. We don't see your second slide.
You see it?
There it is. Okay, now we see it. Now we see it. Yeah,
okay, so this picture is from my first live event as a network marketer. As you can see, I'm wearing like suit and tie, and then this picture was like Danny Bay. He's like the vice president of Asia sales of the company. So that's how I like live event journey began. So it was in San Diego, and then I think this is the only picture that I've taken at the event, like surprisingly. So, but you'll be surprised like what of the upcoming photos that I will be sharing with you guys. So here's the photos that I've taken with many like top intermarketers. Like on the top two photos, this picture of me with David Wood, and then the picture that I took in Austin, and the one on the right is with David Sharp. It was taken in the Chicago event. And then as you see in the bottom, like the bottom left, you see the picture with Mike Dillard. Like he's like the godfather of attraction marketing. Like if you heard about magnetic sponsoring, like he's well known for that. And then the gentleman that you see on the right is Mr. Mark Hoverson. I took this picture at Jonathan Spuds' mansion in San Diego. It was at a Sales Funnel Millions like event. So it was a great privilege to meet all these 4 amazing marketers. And then there's more pictures to come up here with Vic Strizis that I took recently in Chicago. He's a guy who made like over $900,000 like 90 days. That's like totally unheard of in the industry. And he's actually 29. He's actually 1 year younger than me. And then he's like, yeah, making a lot of money, and then he's a great leader at Empower Network. And then this is a picture that I've taken with in Austin with Lawrence Tam, LT. Like he's like one of the top top intermarketer and representing like us Asians. Like he's like one of the top incomer at Empower Network. And as you can see in the bottom is like Mr. Tony Rush. He's like the top incomer at Empower Network. He's a really great guy, and he already made $1 million just from Empower Network. And this guy, see on this side, Shakir Hussein from UK. He was on the Inner Circle call last night. He's only 24 and he just made over $100,000 last month. And then he's like the traffic genius. And his picture was like Chris Record. He's like the founder of Team Take Massive Action. And he's like amazing intermarketer, and he's like the blogging specialist. And the picture you see on the right is Mr. Jonathan Budd. I took this at his mansion during the Sales Funnel Millions workshop. And this picture was Simon Stepsies from UK. He's like a 15-year veteran. And also you see on the bottom right is Chris Darty, like at the Austin event, and he's like the amazing video marketer. So I have more pictures to share, but these are some of the pictures that I took at live events. And I want to share you the 5 myths about attending to live events. Like the number one thing that I hear the most is like, I already know that. Like, I think that's like the biggest excuse that I hear from people. Like, you can't already know it. Like, if you don't attend to live event, like, how can you already know it? So that's the biggest myth that I believe, like, when people have like to talk about like live events. And the second myth is it's all just hype. Like, people think it's like all hoo-ha session, like just cheering and like applauding and just go crazy like attending to rock concert, but it's not. Like, you get the education, you network with the top leaders at the live event. And the number 3, this was my problem. I'm too shy to approach to communicate with the leaders. So you don't need to be shy, like, because like leaders, they're really open. They're like real people. They're really open for you to come talk to them, and they're willing to also take pictures and do a video interview with you. They're not gonna hurt you, or they're not gonna be rude or ignore you, because like I had this traditional like Asian background, like, so I thought like approaching to the leaders was kind of like stalking or giving like excuse, because I assumed that they're like too busy, but they're not. Like, they're really nice people and they're real. So, and then they're willing to like talk to me and then share some golden nuggets, and took photos that I just like, you saw all the photos that I just shared like just now, and then I did some video interviews. And the 4th myth is, what if I don't have a team and business partners to attend the live event together? You know, the first live event that I attended to Empower Network in San Diego, I just joined 1 week ago, and then I was supposed to attend to my own 30th birthday that weekend. It happened to be on the same weekend, so I was like, I heard from David Woods that like, don't be a wussy. You gotta attend to live events if you want to really take off to your business. So when I joined Empower Network, I joined and took it really seriously. So I actually postponed my birthday weekend to the following weekend, and then I just drove by myself from LA to San Diego, like without having like I didn't have any sale, or I didn't have any team or knew anyone at that time, but I was able to meet the top leaders and also like got to know a lot of people at Empower Network, and I had like a strong belief about the business. And number 5 is, I'm new, and why do I have to be at the live event if I'm not getting any recognition? The true leaders and the people who are going to be successful, they actually congratulate people when other people get recognition. They don't get jealous. Like, as you can see from like Think and Grow Rich or Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, like if you think negatively, if you're just jealous about, or if you're like just don't want to attend the live event because you're not getting recognition, you can't just think about getting recognition and being on stage for the next event. Like, your belief and your desire were boosted up by attending the live event. Like, you're congratulating other people's success, and then you can be the one on stage and getting recognition, like holding the check at the next event. So I'm gonna talk about like why should you attend to live events, and then these are like two components. One is education, the second one is networking. So education. So when you attend to live events, you're keeping up to date with the company or industry. You're the first one who's listening to all the updates from that weekend, and you learn from the top marketers in the industry live. Like, I know some of these are recorded, but there's a lot of them are not recorded. Like, you can't only hear about it and learn about it by attending to live events. And marketers, they tend to share a lot more on the stage than they would anywhere else. Like, even from like webinars, DVDs, audio, or Google Hangout, like at the live event, you get to like consume and learn a whole lot just from the 2 or 3 days weekend at the live event. And many events are not fully recorded, so you just gotta be there. So, and then you can focus on your business and learn 24/7, like for 2 to 4 days at the live event without any distraction. I know like some of you guys like work from home or have a family or have like friends like that. It's good to be around with it, but it can be a distraction in building your business because you have, and live event you can focus like getting away from the distraction. You can be in one place with like-minded people who's attending to the live event and learn a whole lot. Like, I guarantee you that you'll learn and implement from those 2 3 days at the live event, or then compared to like you trying to learn by yourself, like, and that would take weeks. So would you want to learn a whole lot in 2 to 3 days and the fast track, or would you want to take over weeks to build your business? I'll definitely choose the 2 to 3 days, like, and to spend the weekend with the winners. And if you can get one gem, you can use it, implement, and it's like well more than worth it. So just getting one golden nugget gem will definitely boost your business. And the networking is a second component. As you can see, the photo on the left is like Richard Branson, Mark Benioff from Salesforce, and then Tony Robbins. Like, these are like 3 really successful people, and they are networking each other. And as you can see at the bottom right, like as you see from the Google Hangout panel, this is me here, this JJ, Tam, Alan, M, that you see like from our Hangout right now. Like, this was picture taken in Chicago. So like at live event, you get to network with like like-minded people like from our group, and then able to build a business to help each other out, and you build also like friendship and partnership. Like right now, like Alan and everyone on the Google Hangout, we're business partners. So it's great to able to like mastermind with them, and then if it wasn't for the live event, I wouldn't be able to meet them. So that's how important like live event is, like the power of networking. And then you also, yeah, so we've been continuously network with each other like after the live event, and then we'll see each other in Denver, and then it'll continue a long-term relationship as business partners and friends. So, and also most events have contests and awards to be recognized, so it feels great. Like Alan, he was on the like top 200 in Power Network competition, so he was able to sit at the front, like the front row closer to the stage. So it's an accomplishment. You get recognized, and there are a lot of people. You'll be surprised. I'll show you a picture later. You'll be surprised like how many people were able to be on stage and be recognized. So, and then you'll also get the income proof from top earning marketers right on stage. And then here are my networking tips for first timers. So first thing is don't be shy, because that was the biggest problem that I had. Like I was like really shy. I wasn't approaching anyone. I wasn't talking to anyone. I had like the approach anxiety. So don't be shy. Just take off your shy like suit and then just be social. Just be social. Like, and then these are like the nicest people that you interact with. And take a lot of photos of yourself with the leaders at the live event. Don't take photos of just leaders like a paparazzi. Be in the photos with these leaders at the live event. And interact with the leaders during break time or after party event. That's when you really get to talk with the leaders and get the golden nuggets out of it. Because like during the like live event, like during this, they're really busy, like preparing to be on stage, like speaking on stage, and also they have their big team with them. So usually during the break time and after party event, like as you can see, like most as the photos that I've shared you, it was during the break time event or after party event. And then the leaders are more than welcome to take photos and have a video interview session with you. So I didn't really do much in the first few live events, but since January in Austin, I took a lot of pictures and did video interview back in Austin. And back in February, I attended NC's Renegade workshop in Minnesota, and yeah, I interacted with a lot of leaders there during the workshop. And back in March in San Diego at Jonathan Budd and Mark Culbertson Sales Funnel Million, I took a lot of photos and videos, and also got to go to Jonathan Budd's mansion, and I did a whole video from when I was at Jonathan Budd's house, and then Chicago, and then Chicago, it took off the roof and just talk to and able to mastermind and build relationships with the leaders. And you'll be surprised, like there's some leaders who actually approached me first and like talk to me, oh, aren't you Andrew? Or, oh, I think I saw you on Facebook or YouTube video. So you know how it feels when you get approached by leaders like that? So that's why like you have to build relationships. So from the next event, they'll actually recognize you by continuously building the relationship. And you'll get golden nuggets from these leaders as long as you're open and not shy interacting. So here's the thing, like you need to meet people who are already successful on the internet or people who want to become successful. So like we're not the top income earners at Empower Network, but we have a strong positive mindset to become successful and to be on stage in Denver and to be on one of the top income earners. So you need to meet a lot of people like us, like that you see on the panel right now. So I heard this saying that average income of your 5 closest friends equal your future income. So like what you saw like in the earlier slide, like Tony Robbins and Richard Branson and Mark Benioff, like they're like all rich and successful people. So it's like so I strongly believe that like you have to be with like-minded people and also who have a strong dream to able to have a dream income. But so I get this question, like if you don't have those type of friends around your social circle, then like you can actually, the live events is the perfect place to make friends and get to know people who are already successful or wants to become successful. Like so at Empower Network event, like it's perfect. Like so you get to meet people and just build relationships. You can, besides business partner, like you can't build friendship. So I strongly believe like you gotta be surrounded by positive-minded people and people who wants to be successful. And here's a quote that I want to share. Life is based on who you surround yourself in life. If you hang out with people making money, you'll make money. But if you hang out with bums, you'll be a bum. But it can sound harsh, but it's a true fact. So live events is so important to able to reach that goal you want to achieve. So the photos that you see was from Chicago, the Empower Network Get Money event. So I want to share some important keys of why you should attend to live events. Like it'll be very brief. So people who consistently attend to live events is way ahead of the game. Like people who never miss the event. So average income of people who attend to live events, income increases each time they attend. So I totally agree on that. Like the event that I went as my network marketing company, like I was literally didn't make much money in that, but by the next event I was making way more money than that. And then from Empower Network, San Diego, Austin, Chicago, it's been increasing. And then I strongly like all the guys on the panel like will agree to that too. So the live event is like much more powerful than webinars, conference calls, and education DVDs. Like there's a limit to it. Like just listening to webinars and like watching DVDs. Like think about like if you're really into music, like then you get more out of it by attending to live concert. But it's different comparison. But like you get the point, right? So, but especially in network marketing and intermarketing industry, live events is crucial to and much more powerful to able to get the education and get the network in with the top leaders. And you have to attend to your company's live events unless you're hospitalized or literally can't move and not allowed to take an airplane. Like so, David would mention that Christian Munoz from Australia is like the only one not to attend to live events because she have a spinal disease. But I heard the rumor that she'll come to the Denver event. So you guys really have no excuse to attend. Like even a 12-year-old from Holland flew all the way from Holland to Chicago to attend the event. And there was this blind guy at the Chicago event. I didn't know there was a blind guy who went all in with Empower Network. He attended the event. So what's your excuse? So I want to share a quote that's done by Eric Worre. He's a 25-year network marketing veteran and then also CEO of Network Marketing Pro. So he said that the longer you keep going to the live events, the higher your income is. So if a 25-year super successful veteran network marketer says that, like it's definitely true. Like so I follow his quote by that. And then if you're in that Empower Network or if you're not in Empower Network yet, like there's going to be our next event in Denver, Colorado, July 19th to 21st. And the tickets are running out really quick. Already like 4,000 tickets are sold. But we're expecting like more than like 7,000 people there. But the tickets are running out and price is going up. So get your tickets before it sells out. So if you're not familiar with Empower Network yet, so just talk to the person who invited you to the Google Hangout. Like as I just mentioned, like don't be a wussy. Just attend to live events. Like it's everything. Like unless it's like serious circumstance, like you have to attend to live events. So besides the don't be a wussy event, I'll be attending to like 2-3 more live events. Like I'm going to attend to live event in No Excuses Summit, which next weekend in Las Vegas. Hold on. yeah, so in Las Vegas, I'll be attending to a live conference that's like annual event for network marketers, intermarketers, and direct salespeople. So if you guys are attending to Las Vegas, that's great. But I heard the tickets are running out in 2 days, so you should get it like if you can make it. So, but if you guys are not attending, like I'll be sharing some values and post some photos at the event. So so attend to all the live events and just I hope everything helped out and yeah, and then that's it. Yeah.
Wow, Andrew, that is badass. He basically outlined everything that pretty much there is about events and the importance of events. I just want to pull up a Facebook post here from a friend of mine. He said, Andrew is hardcore with a full-blown PowerPoint presentation.
Oh.
That's awesome. Andrew, you're awesome, man. Guys on the panel, I'll start with Nat. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, that was incredible, and that's the thing is, I mean, you know, we talked about this on Sunday as far as leveraging results, and I mean, it's all about leverage, right? That's what's one of the cool thing about network marketing, and what Andrew's just sharing is the fact that he's hanging around with all these really like super successful people, right? So for people that don't know Andrew but they see those photos, they just think Andrew's on par with those super successful people, right? And for everything else you just shared, I mean, you got to be there, right? And one point that I don't think anyone has mentioned yet, I mean, it's proven that people are gonna upgrade when they get there because let's face it, Dave and Dave are incredible salespeople. They're gonna sell you, right? And I mean, you would have to be a robot, I think, to go to one of those events and not want to get all in if you weren't already. I mean, when I went to San Diego, I wasn't all in. And as soon as I got home, I was like, okay, I got to figure a way to get all in, right? And I mean, they just get people to go all in, right? So if you really want to make money and be successful, you need to get all of your team and as many people out of your team to get there, right? But they're not going to go if you yourself don't go, right? So you need to step up and be the leader because you can't, expect other people to do something that you yourself aren't going to do. So you got to get to the events, not only for the people you're going to make and the breakthroughs that you're going to have, but if you do it, they will come and you're going to make more money as a result. It's just that plain and simple.
Absolutely. Yeah, a friend of mine brought one of his teammates from Australia to the events in Chicago, and he actually entered at the basic level, at the $25 level, and by the end of the event, she actually went all in. You definitely were right there, Nat. In terms of bringing your members there and they will upgrade. Next, JJ, what do you have to say? JJ?
Oh, I
Hi,
think you
sorry,
muted.
I muted myself. Yeah, I did. Sorry about that. Incredible presentation, Andrew. I learned so much from that. I was literally typing away, taking notes again. What the power of live events, it's just indescribable in words. Honestly, you have to be there to truly experience the impact of these live events. We'll talk about infinity, never-ending benefits, where you take the online connections offline, then leveraging those offline relationships to take your online business to the next level, if that makes sense. So, and I think Nat also mentioned, leading by example, the people will follow, naturally. Anyway, just real quick, I'm sorry, but I have to hop off this Hangout to hop on a webinar with Black in Town. So I will see you guys for the next Hangout.
Okay,
Bye,
see you, JJ.
Bye, JJ.
Bye, guys.
So JJ's off. She's going on to another webinar because she's going to an event coming up June, right? So she definitely see the importance of going to these events. Emily, I saw that you hopped on late. You didn't get to introduce yourself, but you did get to see most of the presentation. What did you think?
Yes, and I'm totally sorry for coming in late, but I saw a little bit of what Andrew did, and I heard through the inbox messages on Facebook how he prepared this whole PowerPoint presentation. I'm like, wow, but that's it's so awesome how people are serious inside this business, and it's just not about taking it lightly, right? And I mean, the fact that you would even show these amazing pictures and your quotes, and putting out pictures of who you met at these live events, but just kind of piggybacking on what Nat and what Andrew was saying. I mean, the magic happens at live events. That's where you get to network with people. That's where you make the connections, and that's where you can bring your business to the next level. And by leveraging the skill set that you meet, the skill sets of other people that you meet at these events. I mean, that's where you can meet up. That's where you can meet your next partner, your next accountability partners, and not only that, but just amazing people overall that can help you get the breakthroughs in life. So that's really what I have to say. And I'm sorry to have missed half of your PowerPoint, Andrew.
Oh, it's okay.
We're glad you could join us, Emily, and actually taking some time out of your business to join us. I mean, that's taking massive action. That's appreciated. Alan, what did you think about the presentation?
Well, I mean, I'm just speechless. I mean, it's just amazing that Andrew took the time to kind of prepare and share his, his experience and strategy with us. And yeah, like all of you guys said, the event is where really the magic happens, right? So when you're at home, when you're doing stuff on a computer, you're only doing stuff with yourself, right? And you might go on social media, but when you go to a live event, with 5,000 people, I mean, you cannot replace that experience. I mean, it's really experience that kind of internally that only you can experience, right? So, like many people, they experience many breakthroughs at live event. It could be one sentence or one statement that someone beside you said, or one statement that the speaker said, right? So there's so many, different variables that could really impact you on many different levels at a live event that you will never experience if you were just working alone in your computer in your own house, right? And meeting so many people, networking, and like Em said, forming that mastermind, forming that accountability partners. I mean, those are just priceless. You will never form that real, true bond as if you were to go to a live event, shaking their hands, really giving them a hug. I mean, that's where that lifetime, friendship we foster, right? I mean, and like all of you guys, I mean, I'm just so glad that I met all of you guys in Chicago, and just chilling at the bar afterwards and just sharing different strategies. So being so open, just sharing. I mean, that's where the real magic really happens. So I mean, it's awesome.
One of the most important thing in this business is social proof, right? Mm-hmm. And so these events helps you with that. When you go to these events and take pictures like Andrew, you can post them on your Facebook, you can blog about them, you can blast it out to your list. And and if you do that consistently enough, people are like, wow, this guy is associating with that person, and it gives you social proof that you're actually taking action, you're being consistent. Not only that, now you're associating with the leaders. And another benefit is the more you go to the events, and Andrew was talking about being shy, don't be shy, right? But of course, when you go to your first event, nobody knows you. It's going to be hard to, to really communicate with people, but that's why you got to keep going. Eventually, you get to know the leaders and more participants, and then the magic will happen at your second or third or fourth event when the leader starts to know you and they start to edify you, right? So that's when the magic will happen, and then people will start to see, you associating with the leaders more, and you have more people who want to join you in your business. We want to learn from you, right? That's just a little bit what I wanted to say from that. I just want to know, Andrew, do you have any final words before we sort of wrap up here?
So like I mentioned from my presentation and all the guys on this panel are mentioning, like just don't make any excuse, like attend to live events, let's don't go by yourself, like bring your team or like bring your spouse or bring your family there, like to able to experience the live event and also build relationship with the leaders and also learn a whole lot from the live event. So like talk to other people. If you don't know like what like live event to attend, like talk to like one of us like who invited you to the Google Hangout, and also I hope like all the presentation and stuff that I shared like really helped you out to get prepared for the live event. So I hope you guys don't like make the mistake when I first attended the live event. Like so be a rock star when you attend to live event and then build your business from there and just rock it.
Awesome. Does Nat, do you have any final words?
Just get there. Don't make excuses. I mean, you'll thank yourself for it. Really, just make sure to get to the next event. Just that simple.
Emily? Emily?
Back to that.
We're going to go to Alan.
Yeah, definitely. Just very short statement. Don't be a wussy and get to Denver.
Absolutely. Where's Emily? Are you still with us, Emily?
Yes, sorry. It's just there was people talking. Anyway, yes, definitely get there, guys, because that's where the magic happens. You won't see any other events like Empower, and it's just awesome. It's a different community, a different vibe. Of course, we can't describe it, but that's really all I have to say.
Well, the only way you can, get to Denver and be with us at Denver is if you hit the button below and you join our Empower Network with one of us, whoever brought you here today, get back to them and join underneath them and get with us in Denver, right? Because the people at these Empower Network events are people who are out there to make money, right? People that are like-minded, and they're all internet marketers. So you have the best free mix of people there. So it's awesome surrounding these people that are all out there to make money, all out there, pretty much to grow, to change, to change their life and change the lives of people around them. So it's great to be a part of this group. Again, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you, everyone, for being on the panel. Thank you, Andrew, for the wonderful presentation. I hope all of you got a lot out of that. And with that being said, we're just going to wrap it up here and say thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you tomorrow for another wonderful webinar hangout. We're going to have Todd Dewell on this on the hangouts, and he's a traffic and conversion king. So you really want to jump on and hear what Todd has to say. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks,
okay,
everybody.
thanks everybody. Bye.
Good night.